Hi there, and welcome to part two of using Scrivener to help design your games. This one we're going to look at scripting. Now again, I don't use real programming like C++ and whatnot, but you could, I'm sure. This is for the OHR, and OHR is a much easier scripting style language. But I want to show you quickly how you can use Scrivener to make your life more organized and easier. So right now what we're looking at is the plot script for Entrepreneur at the beginning, and this is a 7 megabyte file, and as you can see, it's crazy. This is just the definitions right here. If I go down down into the actual scripts, you can see there's just a garbage load of things here that it's real easy to get lost in. How do you find your way around? I've been using this plot script for about 8 years, so I kind of know my way around, but it's not easy. And fortunately with Scrivener, it doesn't have to be difficult anymore. So especially since I'm trying to get myself back to a point where I can start using templates and actually do things the way most programmers would, which again, I'm not a programmer, so I did things the completely out of control, inefficient way, and my goal is to make things more efficient, which is what I'm doing now. But with Scrivener, I can do that a little easier. So we're going to open up my plot script file. Now, in the last video, I showed you how to import things. We'll show you again in a sample here in a minute. But if you look at my folders here, I condensed everything. But if I open up my original plot scripts, you'll see all of my plot scripts in one spot. So if I want to just click on, let's say, we'll click on an easy one. How about the title screen? We'll click on that. There's the entire script in one easy step there. Now I haven't done any keywords or anything like that over here, but I could. One of the nice benefits of using Scrivener is, let's say you want to keep tighter control of your comments. You don't necessarily want to be all crazy. So like this note to self, I may want to put this over in my document notes. So now I have a sidebar there, and I may want to put a little note or an extra note here. This note is important for my formulas. Maybe add this to a separate file. Again, it doesn't matter. I'll probably delete that at some point. But if I go to my keywords, again, I might put formula. And this tells me that there's an important formula on this particular document. And then if I go to my keyword, there it is. So as you can see, I haven't done keywords in this yet. I probably won't. I don't actually need that. But this is an option that you have to make things more interesting. Now, one of the things I like about this is if you are trying to do organization, you can do that also. So if I go down to my modified, I don't need the original again, because this is just if I make a mistake up here or here, because I think it's all the same. Oh no, I'm sorry. These are my the original versions of my I don't know what I'm trying to say. My organization. So like I put all my customer scripts in the same place. But down here, this may be where I want to actually break the scripts up according to category. So again, I can keep better track of it. So it's not a whole lot different than what we did with the design journal, but the difference is you can actually individualize each of your scripts and make little notes over here on the side that you might not want to put inside your actual script, so you can keep better track of your hashtags. And again, if you want to put keywords so you can find your way around. So for example, if you want to find every script that has to do with consignments, you can put a keyword for consignments, and then those show up in your binder over here. Again, I recommend finding training videos on how to actually do this stuff in Scrivener. I just want to show you guys that you can use Scrivener to better organize your way through various stages of your game design. Like right here, I have supplemental plot scripts. This is where I have my includes. So like if you go to the scripting definitions up here, here's all my includes, the animation scripts and special scripts. Well, down here in my supplemental scripts, I actually have those. So now you can see what they are based on the outliner. So just a couple of them. Special scripts are, you've got a few more. There you go. So that's that. And then for my research, I've got, oh, I did my HSFA files here. For my research, I've got my plot script notes, so I can make note of where everything is located. Now what I did over here is, because I want to change my scripting from crazy to more organized, there's a chance I might lose track of in the compiling. Some scripts may change IDs and whatnot. So I made a note of my maps and which scripts to run where, and then I'm going to do the same thing for my text boxes and my menus. This is a great way too to keep organized of your different NPCs, what they're where they're located, what devices they, or the way they, what metadata they use, is what I'm trying to say. And right here, my run script, I actually have the name of the script that they use and then the ID that it's got. So shop down shopping cart, if I want to look at what that looks like, it's the 19th one, so it's going to be around here somewhere. There it is right here. If I click on that, this is the script that I know that that particular NPC will use. So it's handy to, again, for finding your way around the map and finding your way around the game. So now we're going to do a quick example of compiling. So I'm going to do a new project, do another blank. This is going to be Hybrid Mystery Park script, Scrivener edition. And again, I'm probably not going to save this. It's just for examples. Move this over here in the corner. And then I'll go to my, now I've already given it a new name. So what we're going to do is, because we're not going to use hashtags like Scrivener defaults to, we're going to use tildes instead. So I'm going to do replace script common. Now you might use plot script. I use the old style, but if you're using plot script or whatever your language is, just pick what you know you're going to find your way through. I'm going to use the tilde script, and then I'm going to replace all, and then you'll see how everything's already adjusted. So we're going to save it, and then I'm going to go back to Scrivener for the Hybrid Mystery Park. We're going to go to the draft. Actually, we're going to do a new folder called original scripts. Again, this is in case I ever do any modifications. And then from here, I'm going to do the import and split. So now I got to go back to my OHR file. And we're looking for park. Oops. Scrivener port open. And then we're going to hit OK. Now it's going to tell you that you're using a codec. Just hit OK. It's not a big deal. And there you go. Everything is ported in. And if you open them up, you can see them. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Now, what I like to do is I like to check to make sure everything did port properly. Oh, you can move this over so you can see the, and put your inspector in so you can see everything a little more clearly. But like if you want to do the tag here, this script randomizes the design of the park based on procedural, probably spelling that wrong right now, procedural, say design. I'll come up with something more interesting later. Sorry, based on procedural methods. This way, I have a quick reference. I might put a note, form path zones is a function that determines how paths are drawn. Then I might want to take a closer look. Let's see, examine function for clearer understanding, and then I might put in the key, or we'll just put script designed for generating the graphics for a small park. And then I might put in the keywords small park random generation type generation functions. Okay, 3 key things I might want to use for search later. I already showed you how to do the search in the first part, so I'm not going to do that again. And then if I want to look up form path zones, I can just look it up right over here. It's quick and easy. Click on it, and there it is. So that's what I'm looking at. Now, if you want to do like proper formatting, you can always just, space blah blah blah, so on. It's real quick and or simple stuff. You use this however you feel you need to. And you can customize your keywords and all that up here if you need to. But Scrivener's main goal is for writing, which I'll get to that in a second, but I wanted to show you essentially how this looks. It's just really interesting stuff. So we'll go ahead and I'll come back in part 3 and show you how you can use Scrivener to write your stories. So I'll be right back.